Hey guys, this is a 3 eyes quick look at the Manticore Arms curved butt pad. As you can see here, I already got it installed, and here's the original butt pad next to it. It was a fairly quick and easy installation. I took my time, so it took me about 10 minutes to do it, but now I think I could probably do it under a couple minutes. It's a quick installation, so when you have the original butt pad on here, all you gotta do is punch out this pin and then take out this screw. The screw is captured by another screw, so you're gonna have to be a little careful about that. And you're gonna have to use 2 screwdrivers to get that out. But once you do get it out, it's easy. Just the old butt pad pops out, and you put the new butt pad in and reverse the process. I want to give you a few little statistics or little dimensions on these two things. Right off the bat, you can see there's a huge difference on the amount of material used between these two these two butt pads. But as you can tell, there was material added to the top on this one, reduced towards the bottom of this one, and it tapers back out a little bit at the bottom, whereas this one is very tapered at the top, enlarges towards the top of the receiver, and then slowly tapers to the bottom. Now at this point right here, underneath the ridge on this frame, you're going to notice not much of a difference. I think there's about a 4/10 of an inch difference between this width and that width. However, when I mocked it up and I shouldered it, I noticed that most of the time my shoulder was placed around this area, and the difference between these two areas, I'm not sure if I can focus in on that. Yeah, there we go. These two spots is more around 1/2 inch. So one of the major differences you're going to be noticing about these two butt pads, and in one of the deciding factors in whether or not you're going to go with the Tavor curved butt pad from Manticore Arms, is that these two are actually made out of different materials, quite different actually. The original stock IWI butt pad is a very soft, malleable rubber. When you're shouldering this rifle, your shoulder is going to be able to push into this rubber and contour within it. Unlike the Manticore Arm one, which is made of a actually very dense rubber, there's very little give in it. Now, there's no issue with it being a stiff rubber. The recoil management on this rifle is the same as with this one. However, you're going to know that there's some give to this, so that loss that you're going to get from going with a slimmer butt pad might be not as noticeable as you actually think. I noticed that when I was shooting and I was locked down and using an aggressive stance, I didn't really notice a huge difference between these two in terms of how it was shooting. But when I'm shouldering and I'm just kind of putting in from low ready up to shooting position, I did notice a slight difference in how comfortable this rocked in, and I think that's more due to the ergonomics and the curvature of this butt pad rather than the fact that this is straight. When you're in your shooting position, you're ready and you're locked in, isometric forces, it's not that big of a deal. But when you're sitting there waiting at a stage to move on, it rocks in real tight and easy. So I wanted to show you guys something about the Tavor curved butt pad and how it compares to other style butt pads. Now, with Magpul actually has a slight curvature to their butt pads, and if you get the extended ones, this even becomes more pronounced. So you'll see that the curvature on the Tavor, the Manticore Arms curved butt pad, is very similar to what you would see on a Magpul stock. And so if you're familiar with Magpul stocks and you train with them, this is going to feel familiar, how it rocks into your shoulder and how you can lock in. Now, when I was handling the Tavor, I noticed my shoulder would be placed into this lower part of the butt pad, which would be similar to where I'd be placing it in the stock of the Magpul stock, and it would follow the bore line all the way out to the front. So you're going to get a really similar kind of feel when it comes to ergonomics when you're using a Magpul stock. Now, whereas the stock IWI pad does taper from large down to slim, you're going to get that same kind of feel. Let's see if I can line it up properly. You're going to get a really similar angle when it comes to using an M4 style collapsible stock. There's nothing wrong with any one of these configurations, but it is just something to note that because of the material and the angle, that's what's going to be a contributing factor in how this differs from this one. So you guys must be wondering, is it worth $70? Now, for me, I'm a shorter shooter. I'm only 5'8". You know, I thought that this was going to help a lot, considering, you know, oh, all things equal, it would translate over into just a tighter fitting gun that's going to be, you know, in within my workspace, a little smaller and shorter. Now that I think about it, it is an improvement for me, at least, because I have short arms. But I don't think overall it would change the kind of impulse or how it handles for most people. I do think it is a quality part. I would like to see it shorter, I guess. If they could make a single flat rubber pad for for Tavor users who have 18-inch barrels, that would be fantastic. But I know that they want to bring this to market and, you know, be able to sell it to a wide variety of customers. But ideally, that's what I would want. Or for most people, I would probably suggest that they wait for the Desert Tech MDR, which appears to be a little shorter in length of pull, as well as the X95, which I know doesn't use the Tavor butt pad, although it does use a very similar frame. They trim it down so that the user can have a shorter length of pull, but they also bring the grip back about ½ an inch. I don't know if you guys noticed that, because they lose the magazine release lever and place it up here, you're going to get a tighter fitting gun. That being said, I do like my Tavor curved butt pad, and I am going to keep it because it is an improvement for me. I just don't think it's maybe a huge improvement for most people. Now, I know you guys are, you know, wondering why I'm blabbing about this length of pull and why is it important. Well, for most people, it's not an issue. You know, you need to have a solid length of pull so that you can get a good cheek weld and have a proper form to shoot. It's just, you know, when it comes to the comfort level, you know, with the AR-15s, you get so much range. You get 8.5 to almost 13 inches of length of pull. That's pretty much good for anyone. But however, with the Tavor, you just kind of have to work around the platform you're working with. This one, as you can see from the back point of the butt pad, where you would shoulder all the way out to the middle point of the trigger. I don't know if I can focus on that. It's about 15.5 inches. So with the original butt pad, it was around 16.1, I think, from that same point. However, for comparison's sake, the M16A2, the A2 stock on the AR-15s, which is largely considered too large for most people. I know I personally use an A1 stock or the Mo fixed stock, or, you know, on a collapsible I'll bring it out a couple. This is a 15.5 inch, and usually I wouldn't even dare to handle something like this, but because the way the Tavor is balanced, 15.5 inches isn't bad. But I would like to see less length of pull, and that's the whole reason why I bought the curved butt pad, was that so I could manage this weight a little better, closer to my body. Unfortunately, it didn't do that, but it is still a very high quality product. So let me see if I can get that again, just right above it. So all in all, I really like this Tavor platform. I do like the curved butt pad. I believe it is an improvement that I will keep. I like how it rocks into the shoulder and it's very secure when you shoot it. I do enjoy the fact that it is a solid pad versus the squishiness of the original one. It's just personal preference because it is a little slimmer, and it's, I don't need the cushion for recoil absorption. I also have a few other upgrades on this gun. I'll get to them if I can. Like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to get to it as soon as I can. Also, if you guys have any questions or you want to see something in particular, let me know, and I'll see if I can get my hands on it and give you a quick impression about how it shoots or handles or is usability. I got some gear that I'm planning to review, but if you guys have special requests, I'll see what I can pull up to the front of the list. Again, this is 3 Eyes. Thanks.